What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Hopefully everyone out there is having a happy new year. It's been a minute since I talked to y'all. Been a year, as my pops likes to say. Hadn't talked to y'all since 2024. But all is well over here at LMD Trading. Living and loving life as usual. Just got back in from a much needed R&R trip. Went to what I like to call my second home, one of my favorite getaways, that being Cancun, Mexico, and had a nice few days over there. Wasn't quite a king of vacations trip because I was there a few days longer than a day. But back home, back at the castle, back in the lab, back at the trading desk, and wanted to get a video out the way on a discussion that myself and Spark had in Discord last week, where I was kind of talking about and questioning, had I been trading funded accounts properly? And what I mean by that is last year, and pretty much the entire time that I have been trading funded accounts, my goal has always been, and my mission has always been, take the max payout every single time. And for some prop firms, that could be smart. Speaking on Profit Trade. Profit Trade, had I just took minimum payouts and tried to build that account, we know what happened with Profit Trade. Early on with Profit Trade, though, when I was telling people about it, my thought was get your money and get out. I've always looked at these prop firms as Ponzi schemes, in the sense that they pay people that got in early with money from people that's coming in late. Because when you're trading these sim accounts, you're not generating revenue for the company. Once you get into a funded sim account, you are not generating revenue. The only company that I have seen where they are actually calling people up to live to actually bring in revenue is Top Step. And we'll talk more about Top Step as I go along with this video. But Profit Trade, early on, get your money, because I didn't know how long they would last. I knew they would go by the wayside. I did. I did not believe it would be as quick as it was. Did not believe it. So with these prop firms, the goal is to get in, get your profits, and make sure that your profits are more than what you have invested in the company. As an affiliate with Profit Trader, I really got to see that it's some people out there that's struggling with these prop firms to where they are spending an exorbitant amount of money and they aren't getting payouts to make up for that. So my goal with any of these prop firms, whether it be Apex, which I don't fool with anymore, whether it be Profit Trader, which has gone by the wayside, whether it be Top Step, who I am actively trading with, my goal is always to make more than I give them. It does not make sense to pay $5,000-$6,000 and then they only allow you to pull out, let's say, $1,000 at a time. Because once you've invested that $5,000, $6,000, now you are behind the curve. Now you really have to keep that funded account active so that you can continue to make back what you've lost. So you always want to get in and immediately get funded and at a minimum get your initial investment back. And what that takes is having edge. It takes having a winning strategy. If you don't have a winning strategy, then you're pretty much just throwing money to the wind every time you buy these evals. And I was seeing people buy 10 and 20 evals at a time, and in 2 days they would be buying 10 and 20 more evals at a time. What that tells me is that those people didn't have edge. They didn't have a winning strategy, and they were just trying to basically, as we used to say, you're trying to hit a lick. They were trying to hit a lick. They was trying to hopefully pass and hopefully be able to reach and get a payout. But they got so far behind the curve, and then profit trade went by the wayside. And now their money is gone. They will never recover that money back. They may be able to try to fight it with their credit cards, but they will never see that money back. And that was painful for me to see people doing that on almost a weekly basis for the time that I was an affiliate with Profit Trade. But let's get back to what I want this video to be about. Once you have a successful strategy, once you have edge in this market, and once you get a funded account, most of these prop firms have their set rules for one, passing and becoming funded, and two, getting to a level where you can request a payout. And a lot of times these rules that they set in place for you to be able to request the payout and then get the payout will actually hurt you. And now is where I'm going to speak on Top Step, which is what I have been trading probably since mid-December, I want to say. I was trading my cash account. I got a little careless, and I kind of took that money off the table until the new year started. But in between that, with Top Step, I had, and I'm not sure if most of y'all remember, when Top Step first initiated Top Step X, they had a special where you can get up to 5 Top Step X evals for $4.99 a month. So I took advantage of that and I bought 5 of them. And then they had another one where I think it was like $19.99 a month. Something else that me and Spark talk about all the time. I do not, if I blow a eval, I cancel it. I do not play I'll wait 30 days and let them reset it for $49. I don't play that game. If I blow one up, I'm gonna just cancel it and I'll buy another one. But with these $4.99 ones and these $19.99 ones, yeah, I'm not gonna cancel that. I'm gonna let you keep billing me $4.99. So I had a couple of those left that I didn't really know about. And after trading in Profit Trade, my mindset got a little different. I got away from trading in Q, started trading them in Qs, and I started scaling into positions. And I would scale in at key levels, and that has been a game changer to my success. Been a game changer. But, and that's just telling you why I'm trading Top Step now. But once you get into a funded account with Top Step, their rules are very simple. Their rules are very simple as to what is required to get a payout. They don't play the games like Profit Trader tried to do, telling you that you can't get into a trade like 3 trades at the same time. They don't play the game like Apex is playing now, where if you're down, let's say you're down $100 and then the trade goes back up and you're up $20 and you get out. That's what they call their 1 to 5 rule. You was down 5, you only made 1. They'll put you in probation for that. Top Step doesn't play that. Top Step's rules are easy. 5 winning days over $200. You have to follow the scaling plan, whatever it is for the size account. I prefer $50,000 accounts. Their scaling rule is no more than 2 contracts when you first start. And then they have what they call their maximum loss limit. You cannot let your balance get below that. When that account first starts, it's $2,000. Meaning you can let that account go against you $2,000 and it will blow up. Plain and simple. My simple mind, my simple high school educated brain tells me that that is a $2,000 cash account. It might say $50,000 in the header, but that's really a $2,000 cash account. So as you trade that account and as you make money, that maximum loss limit will rise. So let's say that you made $500. Your max loss limit will now go to $1,500. So now, even though you're up 500, you can't lose more than $1,500 on the back end. You make $1,000. Now that max loss limit goes to a negative $1,000. You see what they're doing? They're keeping it at $2,000. They're keeping it at $2,000. And they do that until you reach whatever the max loss limit is. So let's say the max loss limit, again, was $2,000 because we're talking about a $50,000 account. And you have grown that account to $52,000. Now your max loss limit is going to be 0 because it has reached an equilibrium. It's reached an equilibrium. But remember I said that you only need 5 winning days of $200 a day to request a payout. So let's say that you're on fire and every day you make $300. So in 5 days, you'll be up $1,500. And remember what I said, your max loss limit will rise with you as you make money. So if you make $1,500, now your max loss limit has came up to a negative $500. But you want to take a payout. You want to take a payout. Theoretically, you still have that $2,000 cash account because you're up $1,500. You got a negative $500 on the backside. I hope this is making sense to you. With Top Step, you can request half of whatever your profit is. So you're up $1,500. You request $750. You request half of what your profit was. At this point, your maximum loss limit is no longer $2,000. They set your max loss limit to 0, meaning that the balance that you have left in the account, which is $750, that now becomes your max loss limit. And if you lose $750, you will now blow the account up. The old LMD, I always took the maximum payouts, paying no mind to the max loss limit being reset to 0. And this is how, I don't want to say it's intentional. I do not want to do that. I don't want to say that. But this is how Top Step can get you in a trap of immediately blowing up your funded accounts fairly quickly, because what got you to pay out was having that $2,000 flexibility. In the example I use, I said that you were on a streak and you had 5 successful days at $300 a day. But imagine if even during those times you saw some drawdown. You saw some significant drawdown on a trade, and the trade went back in your favor. Or let's say that you had some red days mixed in there, and you had some drawdown that you might have seen like $1,000 drawdown. Well, now by taking that maximum payout, you're not afforded that benefit to see that $1,000 drawdown. You only have $750 in drawdown. So I had a revelation, y'all. And I said, the key is to get not the maximum payout, but whatever is over whatever your max loss limit is. So if you're in a $50,000 account, it's $2,000. I can't speak on a $100,000 account. Can't speak on a $150,000 account. But on a $50,000 account, it's $2,000. So what I did was I had a good run, y'all. Had a great run. And in this particular Express account, the balance after I was eligible for a payout, after 5 days, the balance was $2,600 and some change. And guess what I did, y'all? Instead of taking a payout of, it was 26, instead of taking a $1,300 payout, I took a $600 payout. Reason being, that $2,000 threshold is what allowed me to trade my strategy. It was proven during the eval. It's been proven during the Express. It was proven during my cash account. So my plan, trade the Express accounts. Anything over $2,000, I will take out at profit every 5 days or every 5 winning days. Not every 5 days, but every 5 winning days. Because it may take you 7 days, may take me 9 days to get those 5 winning days if I have some losing days mixed in there. I don't want that. About to knock on some wood that we can keep trading the way that we've been trading. But to me, that's the proper way to trade these funded accounts. You can shoot for the stars, but again, in a $50,000 account, this is really a $2,000 cash account. So I'm not going to really be shooting for the stars. My goal when I come into the market in these accounts is to at least make $200 so that it counts as a winning day. Everything else is bonus. And if I can have that outlier day, I'll have it. We'll look at some numbers here in a minute and see if you can have an outlier day. Let's do it. But what do y'all think about that? How do y'all trade y'all's funded accounts? Or if you're in a funded account, are you paying attention to your max loss limit when you take your payouts? Or are you just taking that max payout with the thought process, I'll blow this account up and then I'll just pay for another one? That was my thought process. To me, it was a little flawed for me. And this is after me and Spark have some pretty good conversations in the Discord daily. We flip flop. Sometimes I'll go sit in his Discord. Then he'll come bounce over and sit in my Discord. But we're usually chatting pretty much daily in the voice chat. And like I said, we have some pretty good discussions on this stock market, on trading, on long-term investing, on life in general. So yeah, I'd be curious to see how y'all manage y'all's funded accounts. But like I said, I'm gonna pop on over, look at some numbers real quick. Let me see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll pop on over real quick to Top Step X real quick. And like I said, when you're trading these, your first goal when you get funded is to hopefully get your initial investment back. Please, please, please do not trade these evals and just go in with no real plan and just looking for that luck to come, because this market and these prop firms will bleed you dry. And before you know it, you'll be bled dry. You won't even know it. So please, at least get your initial investment back. And like I said, try to keep an eye on your max loss limit. So this is a fairly new Express account. I started this account yesterday. So if we come up, we see that my balance right now is $317.26. Notice they don't use that $50,000 number anymore once you're in a Express account. Further, letting you know that this is like a $2,000 cash account. Look at my max loss limit right now. It's $1,682. That's $2,000 minus that number. I'm not in a trade, realized profit, and I'm not unrealized because the market is closed. So total P&L 317.26. This account right now, I'm at an 88.24%. That's on 45 green trades, 6 red trades. Every trade is not going to be green. I know that. Average, I made $3.83 per trade. Average winning trade was $7. Average losing trade was $1.91. Profit factor 28.73. And best day percent was 100 because this is the only trade that I have for that account. But let's take a look at another account that I have. And see, I have 3 Express accounts right now. So let's see. This is the, I think that's okay. That's the one that I'm looking at. There we go. Okay. This is a second one. Now this one, I just requested a payout. I believe it was on Thursday. We're looking at numbers from 1-3. We'll take it out to 1-1. Nothing's going to change. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It did change. Look at that. So we're going to go from 1-1 until 1-11. That's today. Up. Hold on. Let's get this right. 1-1 to 1-11. Total P&L $29.99. So let's come up here now. Let's look at those same numbers again. Balance $23.1968. $2,319. Look at the max loss limit now. It's at 0. It's at 0. Meaning, if I let this balance go all the way to 0, I will blow this account up. Again, this is a $2,000 cash account, y'all. And once you get that concept in your head, I think it makes it so much easier to trade these funded accounts. Because let's say I make $200 a day, 4 more days, because this is after 5 days, I took the payout of $600. And then yesterday I made $300. I made this sitting in an airport, y'all. Sitting at Cancun International Airport, made $319. Good day. Well, I trade 4 more days and then I'm eligible to request another payout. let's say 4 days, I make 200. That means I made 800. The balance will be $3,100. And let's say I want to pull out half of that. It's going to be $1,550. Nice payout. Good payout. But look at what that does. It will take my balance to $1,550, putting me so much closer to the MLL of zero. So if I can make $200 a day and I can make $800 more, I am going to request a payout of $1,000. I will never intentionally take a payout that will take my balance below $2,000. I will not do it. Furthermore, let's say I make $1,500 by the time it's ready for the next payout. I'm going to cap myself at $1,000. I'll take $1,000 payout, and that extra 500 will increase this balance. Now with me, with Top Step has a long-term vision. I think Top Step is the best prop firm out there. So I don't have a problem leaving a balance in the account. I do not have a problem leaving a balance in the account. Some of y'all might be saying, well, didn't you just say don't leave a balance? Top Step, I don't mind doing that because I understand the game. I understand the game. Like I said, if initially when I first got into this Express account, and let's say, like I said, I had my 5 winning days made me $1,200 and I took half of that. Now this balance is going to be $600 and I can only let it go to zero. But as long as I can keep this balance where I need it, Top Step is not going around anytime soon. I don't think. Only real rule that Top Step has changed lately. You can't have more than 5 XFAs at one time. And you can only request a max of $5,000 per payout, per account. So if you got 5 accounts, you can request $5,000 out of each of them. That's $25,000. Not bad. I'm not at that level yet, y'all. I'm not going to be foolish enough to say. And I could be if I just was shooting dangerous. But I want to try to trade these the same way that I trade my cash account. If you remember, my cash account started at what? $2,000. I doubled that in like a week. I could do the same thing here and not have my money tied up. But let's scroll down. Let's look at these numbers real quick, and then I'm going to get y'all up out of here. Again, we're almost at $3,000. That's in 6 days. That was made in 6 days. That's batting at 84%, almost 85. That's 231 red trades. It's 41, or 231 green trades. That's 41 red trades. Look at this number though, right here, y'all. This is, a lot of people can't wrap their head around that. I'm averaging $13.76 per green trade, and I'm losing $4.35. Most people will look at that and say, it's not even worth trading, boss. You're only making $13 a trade. In 6 days, I made $3,000. I beg to differ. I wholeheartedly beg to differ. Profit factor, 17%. That's on $3,178 in green trades. That's losing $178. And look at this. My best day percent total profit is 33.86%. So it's like, you don't see that one big windfall day to where like I made $2,500 on one day, and then the other 5 days I made like $100, $200, $300. No, it was spread out across the days. Now I did have one substantial day. We'll scroll down, look at the calendar. Saying my most active day was on Friday. I think that's because I traded 2 Fridays so far. Most profitable day was a Monday, $1,000. Least profitable, 211. Again, I'm just trying to get over the $200 so I can lock in a green day. Again, 1376, we come down here. We see average winning trade, 1376. Trade direction, I went more longs than I did shorts. Best trade, $93.26. Nothing fancy, y'all. And this is the beauty. This is what I had to learn. Again, I got to give Spark some props. We had these conversations. He told me, leave NQ alone. Leave him alone. NQ is not designed for these small accounts. Yeah. Again, they tell you $50,000, but it's really a $2,000 account. So $93. Worst trade, $19. 19 bucks. Daily accumulation. Nice, steady incline. Net daily P&L. Just shows you what I did on a daily basis. Trade duration. This is something else that's been a little different now, trading MNQs. Notice 10 to 30 minutes. That's the sweet spot for how long I've been in trades. And then you come 5 to 10 minutes, 15 to 45 seconds, 45 to 1 minute. This is where I used to hang out at, y'all. Right there. I usually was out of a trade in 2 minutes. MNQ has given me the flexibility to manage my trades and be able to stay in them a little longer. Win rate. Look at that. I'm 100% at 15 to 45 seconds. Let's come on down 30 minutes to an hour at 100% as well. 56% for an hour. But notice right up in here, that 2 minutes to an hour seems to be a nice little sweet spot, and it's proven right over there. Let's come on down. It's calendar showing what I've done since trading this XFA account. This is why I said it said that Friday is my most productive, because I've traded 2 Fridays. But started the account first day, 487. Nice day. Second day, outlier, $1,000. That's an outlier day for me. $1,000. Next day, 557. Next day, 410. Next day, this was the 5th day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock that day in over 211. It makes no sense to try to trade up to the 400, to the 500, to the 1,000. I'm locking this 211 day in, and I'm going to request $600 in payout, because at that point I was over $2,000 by $600. And then this is day number 1 to work on the next payout request. And now guess what, y'all? Anything that I make, anything is payout, because I'm already over the $2,000. So like I said, if I make $1,000, I could pull that out, and that's in this account. I have a few other XFAs. One of them I'm not going to speak on. Oh, that was before I got this mindset that I'm in right now. But also my plan is every time I get a payout, work towards passing another eval to work towards having those 5 XFAs. And at that point, I'm using house money. I'm using the house's money. I'm not using my own money to fund the eval. I'm not using my own money to pay for the XFA fee. So realistically, you can get into a funded account for $200, $49 for the eval, $150 for the $150 for the fee. You in it for $200. That's the goal that we have to be setting, y'all. That's the goal. You don't want to spend $49 times 10 and now you in $500, or 20 and you in $1,000, and then you pay the XFA fee. You might, after 5 days, get to $2,000. You take a half of payout. You take that $1,000. Now you've lost the $2,000 threshold that got you where you're at. And then you blow the account up. And now you still down in the bigger picture because you haven't made your initial investment back. So think about that, y'all. Think about how you trading your funded accounts, how you managing your payouts, and do you expect to be in these accounts long term? I think Spark was saying that Top Step says the average XFA account lasts 3 weeks. That doesn't mean that they got a payout every week. That just meant that that account was around for 3 weeks before it was blown up. And the other beauty about the XFA accounts is every 5 days you can request a payout up to half of whatever your profit is. But after 30 winning days, after 30 of these green boxes, you can request 100%. So, like I was saying, if I make 1,500, my plan is to pull 1,000 out. That 500 goes towards the balance. Let's say that after 30 days, the balance is $10,000. Now, if I want to pull $8,000 out, I can. And then guess what? I still left that $2,000 MLL, $2,000 balance that got me where I'm at. So just think about that. Just wanted to make this video. If you notice, I didn't say that it was going to be a quick video at the beginning. I just wanted to make this video. So as always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comment section. Like I said, I'd be curious to see what y'all think about that mindset. For me, that's my plan. I don't need to see the big payouts. I used to have people in my comment section like, man, that ain't no money, blah, blah, blah. You got to understand where I came from, y'all. I sound like what I'm about to say, sound like one of the little old timies. Come from humble beginnings. I come from humble beginnings, y'all. I'm not falling into that Lambo trap. I'm not falling into that nice beach house trap. I built what I have today grinding. I'm a grinder. So I will grind these accounts out the same way. And I was going to show, I guess we'll take it from there and then we'll leave. I was going to show us one other thing on the Top Step screen that I didn't show, that's right below the calendar, is what I made each trade. Nothing fancy. $18, $13, $35, $17, $22. You know what this does? This accumulates $72. $1.50. It was break even trades. I lost $1.50. I lost $2.50. I lost $6.50. Come back, I made $17.50. These small greens added up to $3,000 in 6 days. I didn't have to get up. I didn't have to leave my house. One of those days, actually 2 of those days, one of them I was laying in a hotel in Cancun. The next day I was at the airport in Cancun. I didn't have to go out and slave in somebody's job. I just, and there, that's the end of it. You saw what the red trades were. You saw what the green trades were. Let's try to get out of that mentality that they want you to believe that the Lambo is right around the corner. For some people, it might be. Most of the time, those are the ones selling courses and they making the money from the courses. They're not making the money from the trading. So it's all about reprogramming the mind. That's something that me and Spark always talk about. Once you have that eureka moment, once you can reprogram the mind, I think that's when bigger things happen. Can I kind of try to step on the gas? I can, but what I've learned is those red trades hurt me more than stepping on the gas to make the green trades work. And I really had a revelation that I talked about that night trading at the hotel, in the hotel bed. Did some real reckless stuff that night. I made it out green, but it was reckless nonetheless. So, yeah, stick to the plan. It's like they always say, plan the trade, trade the plan. On that note, I'm up out of here, and we'll be back at it again next week, looking to get back into the rotation of making videos. Peace.